Hello everyone,
I'm Gabriella.
and I am Pablo Burgos, and we are here introducing Earth Bottle.
We would like to welcome you to one of our favorite places, the Earth. It is so nice to have you out here with us in nature today in beautiful DeKoven Park in South Denver. Do us a favor. Try to count on two hands the number of plastic bottles you can think of that are in your home.
We have the same problem. Looking just in the shower, Gabby and I have thrown away 16 shampoo and conditioner bottles in the past year. Doesn't that sound absurd?
Did you know that 1 million plastic bottles are bought around the world every minute? That's almost 1.5 billion plastic bottles being purchased every day, and well over 10 billion every week.
And did you know that if you eat seafood, you ingest up to 11,000 tiny pieces of plastic every year? Yuck!
Well, we would like to think you already know how bad this is.
Here are some pictures in case you truly don't know how horrible this is.
So it got me thinking, why do we have to do it this way? We all hate that we are polluting the planet. Why is there not a better way to get the things we need?
For plastic, people used to buy things in burlap, cans, tins, paper, and all the things we love to decorate homes with now to make them feel rustic. And all either reusable, recyclable, or biodegradable. And you know how when you go to the candy store, how you get to fill up your own bag with all of your favorite candies? How fun that is. It's time to go back to this, to have fun while we shop, to shop sustainably.
So welcome to our dual product solution, Earth Bottle. It's time to experience the future of sustainable, non-plastic packaging. Our company offers a dual product solution system to meet all your sustainability needs. As we said, Earth Bottle is a dual product system. You bring the bottle to the store to fill, and there is our in-store display holding the product you need, completely changing the system and radically reducing the waste. With Earth Bottle, Pablo and I would go from throwing away 16 plastic shampoo and conditioner bottles a year to 0. And that's just in the shower. Score, we simply take our own bottles to the store and refill them. Simple as that. Earth Bottle is a customizable product packaging structure and service for consumer packaged goods. We aim to reduce the amount of plastic packaging that goes to waste by changing how products that you already know and love are being sold in stores. Earth Bottle is working to make the trip to the store not only fun, but good for the planet. The current target market for Earth Bottle is national chain retailers that have their own products and private label brands, aiming to sell their product in a new way to the customers that already know and love it.
From the perspective of a brick and mortar store, the hands-on experience of the customer filling their own shampoo bottle with Earth Bottle will help stores to drop back in-store sales that are diminishing greatly due to the increasing availability of online shopping. E-commerce will reportedly make up 22% of global retail sales by 2023, with Amazon making up over 80% of those sales. Businesses that rely heavily on in-store transactions have reason to be fearful.
We are all going to need a little excitement to get us back into the physical retailer over the convenience of online shopping. People don't always like change, but the Earth Bottle approach to making this experiential and focusing heavily on marketing and branding will entice people to try. Not to mention, for the 2019 U.S. Sustainability Survey, over a third of all people would be willing to spend 25% more on a product than the original cost to get a sustainable option. On top of this, Gen Z, that's us, would be willing to spend anywhere from 50 to 100% more. A truly profitable and sustainable market.
With the manufacturers we've been talking to about making the parts of the Earth Bottle display, our estimated cost per initial Earth Bottle unit would be approximately $150, consisting of sprouts, cabinetry, specialty tap, handles to make sure the consumer knows exactly what product they're putting in their bottle, and the filters, gas, tubing, and other parts necessary for pumping the product out of the nozzle. Considering the pricing on the typical on-the-shelf in stores is around $175, this puts Earth Bottle perfectly in the range of price we can charge in order to be a competitive business in the industry. The Earth Bottle system enclosure is installed in store with the tanks inside that hold product and shipped directly to the store packaging facility for them to fill with their product and distribute to their own stores.
Looking into the future, our next steps are that we plan to create a physical Earth Bottle prototype. We are aiming to have expanded into having partnerships with businesses in our target market within a year, and our 5-year goal is to have Earth Bottle in stores nationwide. As consumer attitudes change, we want to begin to work in a full circle loop, sanitizing the containers that product is distributed from in-store in order to have a truly no-waste system.
Overall, people spend more money to get a sustainable product. The company saves money long-term on packaging, and as more customers flock to environmental products, the company gains more consumers too, all while saving the planet. So who is ready for Earth Bottle, the future of sustainable, non-plastic packaging?
Awesome. Thank you, Earth Bottle. Judges, you have the floor.
I'll jump in. I love this idea. Can you just talk about the costs that you have are the what you put in the store, and that would include sanitation, and then the store can decide what products they're going to offer that are refillable, basically?
Yeah, so our target market aim at first is going to be stores that already have their own products. So like the way you can go to Target and like buy your face lotion from a like up and up. So that's our original target, just so that they are putting the shelving in their stores and it's their own product. But over time, we hope that we can eventually branch out into those groups that sell their own product in other people's stores. But our only costs really are building the structure and then the tanks that go in it that we sell to them to fill with their own product.
Okay, great.
I have a question. In today's environment, this is very timely. I love the idea, first and foremost, but the CEO of McDonald's just came out and said that moving forward, fountain drinks are probably going to render themselves obsolete because they do not want any interaction between the consumer and the actual unit that dispenses them. This flies right in the face of the COVID concerns about bringing a container from outside in. Have you given any thought over the last 90 days to how you are going to sell this concept in light of what the new norm may be?
So while our initial idea was about in-store, we have considered the idea of having kind of a loop where you mail the bottles full of the product and then they get returned in that same way. So like through the mail to get refilled to combat that, to have that sanitation step with the bottles and to combat the concept of like having to go to the store to do it, because a lot of people aren't going into stores right now and opting for pickup options. Although long term, we really do hope optimistically, we hope the world goes back to some sort of normal, and that refilling your own bottles is really what could happen.
I do applaud you, a simple statement that going with private label or control brands versus branded. You will, as you fast forward, I've been in the industry over 40 years, you will struggle with somebody like H.J. Heinz allowing you to put their ketchup into your bottle. Not going to happen.
Yeah, hey guys, this is Derek again. You know, great presentation. One of the questions I have for you, and I appreciate and agree with you wholeheartedly that consumers in this day and age are willing to pay a premium for things that are better for the planet. But on the flip side, while corporations are also acknowledging that they need to move towards this, you know, overall cost becomes a component. And how are you positioning from a sales standpoint, sort of the trade-off between potentially additional costs and potential profit? You know, it can be done in a modeling exercise, but you can just articulate sort of the sales pitch, if you will, in terms of the value proposition, recognizing that it has to be a marriage between, you know, doing good and you know, having some sort of margin that supports the sustainability of your enterprise over time.
Yeah, so we actually think that long-term a company will save money on packaging through our system, because as soon as you have the unit in store, all you need to pay for are the tanks that you need to fill, and hopefully long-term we're sanitizing those as well, so all you're paying for is the sanitizing fee. So really they're saving money over time, and then the point was they can charge more because people will pay more for it. So our manufacturing for that first big unit comes out to be about $150. And so that comes well under like the typical pricing of gondola shelving, which is $175. And then that doesn't even count the bottles that they have on their shelves, like the cost of that packaging. And so long term, we're able to actually undercut like gondola shelving as if we consider that our competition. So ultimately, like you're saving money and you're able to charge more.
Yeah, just to be clear, that mock that you showed, your cost associated with production of that is $150?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
We have 10 seconds if somebody has a really quick question.
Have you talked to any of the stores that would take the?
Yeah, so we have submitted paperwork to Target so that we are in their system and they know about us. Really, our next step is we have to know what our prototype looks like to really be able to pitch, which is why we're here and what we need the money for. We need to do some testing with our systems to make sure they really work before we go and try to pitch our idea and sell some of our product. But yes, we are in that process.
And one last comment along that. My recommendation, this is Jamie, is get a local natural food store. That's your target. Trust me on this. Target, you will get bogged down with they're a multi-billion-dollar operation. So go to your niche opportunistic stores where they could help you develop a prototype as opposed to paperwork submission. So I love the way you're thinking. I love the way this thing is leaning, but you really need to go to somebody that understands the startup entity and what this means for the planet and for sustainability.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.